Welcome to the Limit Break 20 Daggerheart character sheet tutorial video. My name is Coleman Webb, and today I'm going to go over the Daggerheart character sheet that I created for use on Quest Portal. And the big thing that I want to cover is just some of the features that are going to make it very easy for your players to just jump in, gear up, and get to rolling dice. And so, if you've been following me or my channel for any amount of time, you'd know that I've developed all the character classes for the Final Fantasy XIV tabletop RPG on Quest Portal. And so, when I had the opportunity to play in a campaign, it was sort of a no brainer for me to try and actually just create a character sheet in the system I'm familiar with. And so, I'm sharing this with the entire community. This is a free character sheet that anyone can download. And one thing that's nice is that the template that you have, if there's any updates that I do to it, it'll automatically be taken care of. You don't have to download a different link or anything like that. So we'll kind of jump into it. So when I was designing this character sheet, what I wanted to do was make it as seamless as possible to play everything from this first page. And I think we've pretty much hit the nail on the head. So taking a look here, the first thing I'm going to point out is that we have an action roll button here. So this is just going to be a default hope and fear roll. So as you can see down here in the bottom left, this shows that I got a 15 with hope. Now you've got all these freeform fields. You can actually change your character name and put your class right up there. But if let's say I wanted to create a wizard, I wanted to change my attributes here. So for example, they have a 1 to agility. So I just come in here, hit edit, change this to, oh, I'm sorry, a -1, be an agile wizard. So -1. So as you can see here, you just now click that, and I've already pre-programmed the dice rolls to factor that in. So 9, 3, that's 12, -1, it's 11, right? And then these are all just straight rolls that have been pre-programmed. But instinct's going to be 1, so we're going to edit that, go right here, hit save. Presence is going to be 1, edit that, hit save. And then knowledge, edit, it's going to be 2, save. There we go. Now we have all of our attributes ready to go. Now if we say, okay, we're going to start with 11 evasion, move this from a 10 to 11, hit save. So depending on the armor you equip, if something adds or detracts, just come right over here, click edit, and you're done. Now, the armor, let's just say we don't have armor right now, but let's just say we had armor of 4. So I want to have 4 slots here. Go down here to your slots and just remove the slots, in, which is 4 right there. Okay. And then experience. This is anything you could type in. So let's just say I'm a wizard. My trait's called He's Real Smart. SMHART. He's from Boston, apparently. Real smart. And that's just going to give me, +2 to recalling book knowledge. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'd make that up. So that's where you can put your experience. If you want to add some, you can. And then coming down to health, if we ever want to adjust any of our health depending on our damage thresholds right here, basically you just come right here into the button, hit edit, and then just change these values right here. So let's say it's actually 1 to 6. Okay, we hit save. And now we need to edit this one. This is major, so we're going to go 7 to 15. 115. Yeah, you'd never take damage. That'd be great. Actually be lame. That's not why we play TTRPGs. And then over here for severe, we would just put 16 plus. Save. So there you go. Now you've updated your damage thresholds. And the starting HP is going to be 5. So let's just say we have 5. Going back here, we're just going to keep removing these slots until we get to 5. I did the most on there because some people might just be jumping right into tier 4 gameplay, and bless your heart. Now, as you can see, I accidentally did 1 too few, so now we're just going to add a slot right here. And then we're gonna just, I think they have 6 stress, so we're gonna just stress. So what's really cool about these is, and I'll go back to the armor too, is if you wanted to reduce the damage you take and mark an armor slot, you just come here and mark it. And then when you rest up, you just click it again and you're done. Same with health. You're gonna keep moving up or moving down. Pretty straightforward. Now, one of the things that we did a little bit differently, and this is where I think we excel from a character sheet perspective, is that what we've done is we've already pre-built all the weapons in tier 1 gameplay. We've even got the combat wheelchairs. We built all these into the character sheet. So let me show you something that's really unique. So let's say I wanted to use the broadsword. Okay, wizard with a broadsword. Control. All you do is you just highlight all of these boxes here, hit Control C to copy it, come over here to General, and right here, just paste it in. So now what you have is you've got your weapon, you've got the trait range, everything's pretty much there. And if you need to move it around, you can scroll around. But what I also did is I added like the reliable to the attack roll. So if we go to roll for agility, remember it's a -1, so that's a 21. So it knows that it's a +0 because I get a -1 to agility, but then I have a +1, so it's already calculated in. Now, same thing if I said, okay, now I want to equip a shield, we're going to go over back to weapons, go down to secondary weapons, and I'm a wizard with a towered shield. Why not? So then what we do is we just hit Control C again, go right back into general, come here, paste it in, and now you've got everything set up for you right here. Now, remember, I got to add 2 to my armor score now. So now I'm going to come back here and say, okay, so now my armor is going to be 6. And then I'm going to add those slots back. There you go. So now I'm ready to roll. But, womp. I've got a -1 to evasion. So now I'm going to just take my evasion down to 10. So as you can see, you can customize your loadout in a pretty quick way. There it is. Drop it down there for me. Perfect. And then what we also did is we also then did it with the armor. So let's just say we're going to go, this wizard's wearing plate armor. This would be hilarious. But basically, full plate armor, hit Control C, come back here to your general, and paste it right there. So now as you can see, you can go in, and now I can just change my armor threshold. So 1 to 8, and then 17 is the higher one. So as you can see here, you can just change anything you need to on the fly. So that's part 1. So basically having the ability to just swap weapons and armor out, just whatever you come up to with your adventure. So I got the broadsword right now. Let's say I want to switch and I'm using a small dagger. Now with the paired, the +2 to weapon damage, this is just something you're gonna have to manually add in there. Just because I don't know what you're gonna be equipping. So I can't just have a button for everything. But let's just say we're gonna use a battle axe. Control C. Right there. You just go to all that, Control V, and there you go. You got your small dagger now. Finesse, melee, one-handed. And then if I go to my inventory, I've also got it right here. So now I can just say, okay, if I wanted it to be expanded and wanted to actually look at it, we can say in my left hand, I got a small dagger. And then, yeah, you good to go from there. Now, the other thing that I think is really special about our character sheets is that we've already preloaded all of the Ancestry cards in here for you. So as you can see, at least for the SRD, this isn't the whole gamut for the entire game, but as you can see here, these are all done. So let's say I wanted to play a Atari, right? So then what I do is I just come over here and delete all of these other cards. And now I've, in less than a minute, got everything I need to know about my race right here. Perfect. And then Community. We've added all the community cards. So let's just say I want to be Ridgeborn, actually Seaborn. It's a beautiful photo. I'm gonna delete that. So as you can see now, I've got my ancestry done, my community is done, inventory is all ready to go. And the only things that we haven't done is just subclass and domain. So what I'm going to do as I start building these character sheets out, this is just a baseline character sheet. I'm going to actually have each subclass built in for free. So that way you could just say, I want to be a wizard. I'm going to automatically have all the attributes in there. I'll have your subclass options, so then you can pick your subclass. I'm even going to preload the domain spells. So this is going to take a little bit of time, but I at least wanted to get everybody access to the character sheet because I feel like that this can just help tables that are wanting to play Daggerheart jump into it and not have to be intimidated by do we have the assets. Plus, I've been a big fan of Quest Portal's VTT. Last night I literally ran an entire adventure on it, and it went really, really smooth. And that concludes the tutorial for the Limit Break 20 Daggerheart character sheet. I hope that you found this video useful, and hopefully this character sheet helps you getting to roll dice faster at your tables. So if you like this content, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I will make sure to work on getting additional videos and character sheets out to the community as soon as possible. Until next time, stay safe, adventurers.